wanted to ask you first off about the team chemistry of this group. It seems like from top to bottom, it's a tight-knit group. What are your thoughts on that, and how does it compare to other clubs?
Yeah, I think, you just have a lot of guys that are, like eager to play and eager to compete and kind of just are open for, like whatever is sort of asked of them and required of them. And I think just our competitiveness levels really up there. And I also feel like it's just a locker room full of good guys who kind of just like care about the team and doing the right thing. So it's definitely made it like easy playing with everybody. And I feel like just kind of being persistent about it. And I feel like everyone's just, wanting to kind of like learn and sort of just take the next step of whatever is asked of them, and for us to just keep trying to figure things out and keep winning games.
Like Wendy said the other day, you guys enjoy coming to work, and a lot of that has to do with behind closed doors stuff. So it kind of works both ways. You got to have that chemistry. Winning kind of enhances the chemistry, right?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, it's easier when when you have the results that you hope for, but I think it's just a product of having a lot of people in the building that each kind of layer of the organization does a good job of finding guys who care about the right things, and that kind of just makes it all a lot easier to sustain. And I feel like that's something about a team is obviously, especially when it comes like on court and production and stuff, there's always going to be a couple people who do a lot of that, but like everyone kind of has their role that matters, and I feel like that's where a lot of like stuff can happen in terms of like just like a season in the locker room and just kind of the environment of the team really struggling. So I think it's really kind of top to bottom of everyone sort of just accepting their role and their responsibility, and doing so with just kind of professionalism, but also just with the attitude of caring about the other person.
Julian's been in and out of the starting lineup depending on who's available, and obviously you filled that gap when Victor was sidelined. Is there anything that goes into preparation, knowing you're going to be in the starting lineup, or is it just all the same to you guys?
Frankly, I feel like it's all kind of the same. Obviously, there's just a little bit more usually like physical demand in terms of that, and so that's something that you're sort of aware of. But I feel like that's also kind of where we have like a larger team identity that's kind of easier to play with, and also I feel like basically everyone on the team, but especially like a lot of the guys in the starting group are pretty like easy to play with and pretty it's like easy to just kind of like slide right in and just kind of do your part. And I think everyone's awareness too of what everyone sort of brings to the table and is pretty high, so that someone like Julian, who is obviously a great catch and shoot guy, and then we have guards who can really like push it, like whoever that person kind of is that's going to lineup, like they kind of just adapt right to doing their part and making it like work for the whole.
And then you guys have been on the road for forever.
Yeah.
I think this is just the third or fourth time this year y'all have had back-to-back games. How simple as it is, how nice is it just to be able to sleep in your own bed and find that rhythm?
Yeah, no, it's definitely nice to be back. The last month and a half or so was a pretty unique stretch in terms of how much time we spent on the road. So there's a little bit of a part of you have that first game back and you forget what it's like to drive to the arena a little bit, and it's been like a long time. And it's nice to have like a little bit of a homestand here. And hopefully we can go get a win today.
I'm curious, you guys are basketball fans, right? You guys understand what the expectations were for this team preseason, and everybody's talking about making a playoff run, maybe 6, 7, 8 seed. Are you guys even a little surprised that you come together as well as you have, sweeping OKC so far? I mean, when that series came up, everyone's like, if they get split, it'd be great, And then you guys blow them away. Are you guys at least a little wide-eyed? Man, this is coming together better than at least faster, or did you expect it?
Frankly, personally, I was not really sure what to expect, and I think that's kind of honestly, it's really sort of how the season goes. And as much as people like to have the expectations, and then like how it actually plays out or not, it really just comes down to like game by game and day by day and win by win. And obviously, I feel like all in all, as it comes to like the results, I've had a good start of the season, but I've also it's whether it's like the season or kind of how it even works in a playoff series, like you're aware of how much like energy and effort and attention it took to just like get any kind of individual win, and there's not really like a way to go about it other than just doing that. And I think we know like kind of the energy and intensity that we have to play with to put ourselves in a lot of these situations, and also we've had a lot of close games that we've been able to come out on the right side of, and so like there's a certain level to which I almost try to stay like as blissfully unaware of like kind of what the outlook is, because the reality is that like a lot of it is like tighter and more difficult and requires a whole lot of every game kind of has its own story, so you just kind of end up wherever you end up. But I mean, even in teams where I've had in the past where we've been really successful and even won a championship, there's a certain part where it was just kind of like a game at a time, and then you looked up and it was over, and it was like, and that's kind of how it is, I think, for the people in the building, and kind of has to be. And obviously everyone else gets to enjoy like the story of something, but kind of just the focus of the day at hand is kind of like all that we can really do anything about, and is kind of important for us to keep our focus on.
In that same kind of line of thought, Dylan Harper's growth and progression in such a short period of time as a rookie, did you see that in training camp? That this was possible for him, but the way he approaches his minutes and the fearlessness that a rookie plays with, he's playing like he's a 5-year player.
He's been doing great. I think obviously there's he was like a little bit hurt and stuff at different types of like preseason or early kind of in the season, so that was a little tough in terms of just like having a lot of experience to play with him. But you kind of tell that he's just a very smart and aware player, and obviously you don't really know until it kind of starts of how he's going to fit in. But I think he's obviously done a great job, and I know like him himself, like I think he kind of like expects it for himself. But you also have the times, especially as like a rookie, where you come in, you have a great game, and then you come out the next game and like stuff like just doesn't really happen sometimes. So I think that's the thing. I think that's like kind of more impressive, just his ability to come in kind of with the same intensity and kind of like adapt to the game of hand, of whether it's scoring 20 or really like distributing the ball or picking up and playing defense, and kind of that side of the ball that I think he's done a good job of, just like his intensity and effort. And that's kind of the stuff that you ultimately like trust and rely on, and is stuff that when you see it is like makes you feel good about for a coach, like putting him into the game, and obviously like being able to give him extended minutes if it's kind of one of those days.
When you first got here, you said one of the most fun parts of basketball is figuring out how you fit with a new group of people, new on the court dynamics.
Yeah.
How's that gone for you so far? What have you learned about the way you personally fit with this group here?
Yeah, I think it's been enjoyable to kind of get used to it. Obviously, we have a very different setup than what I was used to, where we have a lot of like quick ball handling guards, which has been kind of fun adjusting to. And also I feel like just our style of play of just playing very fast and free with the ball has been kind of fun to kind of just get different parts of playing that like weren't as needed in previous years, and just being able to kind of like pick those back up, and that's been fun. But honestly, I've just been enjoying like playing with the guys, and just kind of doing my part. And I mean, as far as it goes on the court and stuff, it's been cool. And I mean, it's also a fun part where you're still figuring it out and still feel like you've got a lot of ways to grow and keep progressing. So it's like an enjoyable challenge to have, and an enjoyable thing to kind of keep your mind on.
Did you give the T-shirt out as Christmas gift?
No, I did not. I was given some for like my family and stuff like that, which is cool. But feels a little narcissistic if I was just handing out shirts for. Hey, you're welcome. It's me. Yeah. All right.
Narcissism's in.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Thank you.